here are a couple of quick reflections that you can take on problems and trials. And I would encourage you guys, isn't it cool that we're in a school that you can kind of lift up one another in prayer? I love that. I encourage you to kind of continue to do that. As we talked the other day, it's a great privilege to lift one another up. Here's some reflections we can take on problems and trials. Number one, problems are inevitable. Problems are inevitable. It's our response that can be different. 1 Peter 4:12, I love this. Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal among you, which comes upon you for your testing, as though some strange thing were happening to you. What's that verse talking about? Don't be surprised at the fiery ordeal. Fiery is pretty powerful. Anybody gone through fiery ordeals? I mean, that's pretty significant. Among you, which comes upon you for your testing, as though some strange thing were happening to you. It's how we respond to them that tells a lot about who we are. And what we do in the trials. They're coming. They're coming. If you can, if any of you were struggling, I've never really been tested or tried. It's coming. Yeah, there will come a day. Number two, problems are unpredictable. Problems are unpredictable. They usually come kind of when we least expect it, right? Ever hear somebody say things were just going too good, or more often you hear, I didn't see that coming, right? Because you never know what's coming. Problems are unpredictable. Problems are also variable. James 1:2 talked about it. It said, we will encounter various trials, right? It's like they're custom made for us. God knows exactly what it's going to make us into the vessels that He wants us to be, right? He knows just what we need to refine us to His desires. And number four, problems are purposeful. Problems are purposeful. There's a value to our problems. And I'll tell you, you want to learn from it the first time so you don't have to go through them again, right? I want to learn the first time I'm tested so that I don't have to try it again, that I have to run that course again. James 1:3-4, testing of your faith produces endurance or patience, and endurance will have its perfect result of making us perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. That's where I want to be. I want to be there, right? Perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. So from this passage, what do we do when we face problems? Well, number one, when you guys face problems, and you will, rejoice. I know that sounds, really? But yeah, rejoice, for we know that God is working in us. When I've had trials in my life, it's tough, it's bitter, it's hard. But I know that God is working in me in a way that He wants to refine me, right? Boy, that's tough to see when you're in the deep weeds. But it's true. Rejoice, for we know that God is working in us. Number two, pray. James 1:5 says, if you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, right? If you're going through deep water right now, you don't know what to do, you don't know how you're going to get out of debt, you don't know what your job's going to look like, pray. If you lack wisdom, pray, right? And number three, relax and trust God for direction. If you're going through tough times, rejoice, pray, relax, and trust God for direction. I love this. This was I think I've read some of Ryan's stuff before to you. A friend of mine writes kind of lessons that he sends out. He's on the radio, and this is kind of one of the ministries that he has. And I really, really like this. Got two of his things here. Make sure I've got the right one. They Had No Bread is the title. And here's how it goes. He uses Mark 8:16 if you want to mark the scripture. And the scripture talks about they began to discuss with one another the fact that they had no bread. And here's what Mike says. He says, before we dig in, let me assure you this memo is not about bread. It's about the lack in your life. It's about the thing that is desperately needed that you cannot gather to yourself. It's about the thing which is just out of your reach and beyond your control. So now that we've set the table, let's eat. On 2 specific occasions, Jesus fed 5,000 and 4,000 with no more than a couple loaves of bread and a few fish. The disciples, having seen Christ feed thousands, are now in a boat with him. But in their hurry to get to the other side, they forgot to bring the bread. They had but 1 loaf of bread among them. So as Jesus was trying to impart to them a lesson about belief, the disciples were busy discussing the bread. I can only imagine Peter saying to John, "No, it's your job to bring the bread." Mark is generous in his description, saying that they were discussing the fact that they had no bread. Jesus was not so generous, saying, "Do you not see or understand? Do you have a hardened heart?" Jesus had to go over the math with them one more time. We started with 5 loaves, and after everyone was fed, how much was left over? They responded, 12 baskets. We started with 7 loaves, and how much was left over? They responded, 7 baskets. Jesus concluded the lesson. Do you not understand? How about you? Do you not yet understand who your Father in heaven really is? Now what is your lack? What do you have need of? Stop discussing it with yourself. It won't change the facts. Do the math, then get on your knees and take it to Jesus. Let him fill your need and see how much is left over when he is done. It's pretty powerful, because I could see myself on the boat. It was your job to bring the bread, and forgetting the resources that we have through the King. It's huge. Very, very powerful.
We hope you enjoyed this message. Biola University offers a variety of biblically centered degree programs, ranging from business to ministry to the arts and sciences. Learn more at biola.edu.